Hi guys, this is of course the 38-week pregnancy update, but I'm just adding a preface here just because I know that I have been completely MIA for like 5 weeks, basically since the last video. I've been busy. Little Miss Georgia Aurora is here, and she is a month old now. And just today is October the 20th, and so on Thursday she celebrated 1 month. I've got a whole bunch of videos that I want to film, including about like the 1 month postpartum update, how things are going. Basically, we've just been kind of run off our feet since she got here, and I haven't been able really to edit the 38-week update at all. So when this goes up, just know that basically we've had some issues because basically we have no evening whatsoever at the moment. She doesn't really like to sleep at an early time in the evening. We're up between midnight and 12:40 in the morning trying to put her to bed because she's like wide awake at night once it hits like 10 p.m. So anyway, that's what's happened. I have not completely fallen off the face of the earth, but anyway, enjoy my 38-week update. Okay, bye. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with my 38-week pregnancy update, which will be my last pregnancy update. As on the 17th, I'm going to go in for a C-section. So it's kind of wild that I've already reached the end of these updates. So anyway, we'll jump into this one. All right, so as per the usual updates, I'm just going to briefly go over the symptoms that are the super common ones, and then kind of go more in depth individually for the certain days. So obviously, this week, hungry. I had a couple days where I was feeling extra thirsty. One of them is today, and one of them was last Wednesday. Feeling a combination this week, really, of being very motivated, but also very tired. And I get tired really quickly. And so that's just been kind of finding the right balance. I had a couple days that I'll get into later in this update where I just was like, I had no energy, like honestly, no energy to do anything. And then I did have a bit of nausea. Not today, luckily, but I had a few days in a row where it would come on like after breakfast, or if not after breakfast, after lunch. And just that vicious circle that I kind of have mentioned before. And just one day with diarrhea this week, which is good. And obviously going to the bathroom all the time and the disrupted sleep, have been experiencing more Braxton Hicks. Still sometimes shortness of breath because baby has not dropped like at all. I still wake up with a backache. And there we go. So, okay, now to kind of go more in depth, like individually. So, last Wednesday, when I turned over to 38 weeks, I was actually a bit irritable that day, honestly. Otherwise, I had a little bit of heartburn that day and insomnia. I think I started to get a bit, anxious for meeting baby meeting baby girl. And moving on to the Friday, I had written down on my app that I felt sad. I honestly don't remember why. But anyway, for whatever reason, I felt a bit sad that day, but also excited and emotional. on that day, I had written down that, yeah, basically, I will eat, every time I eat breakfast and lunch, I feel nauseous after. So, and that day I had nausea, like really quite bad actually, like even all afternoon. Like I had eaten gelato for dessert, and like the taste of gelato kept coming up. Like I was like burping all afternoon. It just was not pleasant. I really didn't feel well. That night, actually, my husband and I went out for our last date night as a couple, and we went to a local restaurant for pizza, so that was fun. Then on Saturday, I actually had like a legit Braxton Hicks contraction where it actually felt like a contraction, not just where I get them basically every other time, where they're like basically steady PMS cramps. That day, like, I actually could feel. I mean, they lasted fairly long too, in between one and the other. But like I could tell that it was definitely a different feeling from like typical. So had that. I also had a bit of like the restless leg symptom again. I don't know why the heck that comes up when we watch a movie. We were watching Jurassic Park, and my God, there was like a period there where I just couldn't stop moving my legs. And then that night as well, I had a bit of insomnia. Uh, so, okay, I've mentioned this before, but baby is really into movies and TV, so she was super awake when we were watching Jurassic Park. She really likes those dinosaur movies and all movies, it seems. And a funny dream that I had that night was that I dreamt I had a big glass of white wine, and Ivano, my husband, got me to pour it out into his glass because I'm still pregnant. Oh, that's hilarious. Dreaming of a wine. Also, this week I was suffering with this stupid eye infection that at this point, it's September the 15th, and I have been dealing with this eye infection since August 28th. I don't know. I can't get it to go away. I've tried 2 types of antibiotics now. Like I don't know what to do. It seemed twice to have gone away, and then it comes back both times after I used some makeup. So I chucked out a white eyeliner that I thought was the culprit, and then the next time I put on eye makeup again, I got the same thing happen. And so now I have to check out my liquid eyeliner if I actually remember to do that. And then I really don't know, like, it would be so weird if it was the mascara because I've been using it frequently, like all summer. And how weird would it be just from one day to the next that it started to give me that problem? But it came on when I started putting on a bit more makeup again, when the temperature had kind of dropped slightly in that week where after the big storm a couple weeks ago. And since then I've just had this horrible issue with my eyes. I am getting so frustrated of it and so tired of it. And I'll have like a day or two where I think, oh good, it's gone, or like just about gone, and then it comes back. And like today even, I thought again that it was gone, and then this afternoon I started to notice, no, I can see like there's something going on in my eyes. And I put in the drops. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm already talking about this anyway. And 5 minutes later, it brought on this big headache behind my eyes, which is going away slowly. But that tells me that the antibiotics time is done. So I have to just let it go, I guess. And I will not wear any makeup tomorrow. And then I won't, obviously, in the hospital even bother bringing my mascara. I was going to, but now I'm not going to bother because I can't even get rid of this stupid eye infection. Anyway, so that's been something that I had noted a few times this week about how frustrated I was that I just can't seem to get rid of this eye infection. And every now and then I do have it where, for whatever reason, my eyes every, I don't know, couple of years seem to like reject eye makeup for a period. I don't know why. And often it's when I try to go back on eyeshadow and things after the summer, because I don't typically put on really eye makeup in the summer except for mascara because it's so hot anyway. And it just seems to sometimes throw them off. So that's been something that's been really irritating. And I don't even remember if I mentioned it last week, but like it's been going on for, well, more than 2 weeks now, honestly. Then on Sunday, I woke up feeling very motivated again, just like Saturday. I don't know if something had to do with the fact that on Saturday I did too much. Like Saturday, I started cleaning the bathroom at like 11:20 and then made pasta matriciana for lunch. And then after lunch, I cleaned the kitchen. My husband was working on putting together the den, our den desk finally. So at least that will be done for when baby's here. And also her bedroom is like organized too. It's just that it doesn't have the rug. It doesn't have a rug yet. It doesn't have a light lamp, like, but really neither does our bedroom. And still there's a few rooms in our house that don't have that up. Like the den is also still a dangling light bulb, but like basically we were able to at least get her nursery and the den to a point where, yeah, okay, they're not like completely finished, but like they're pretty much they look good. Like they're at a good point, especially the nursery. The nursery is like more put together than the master bedroom at this point, honestly. Because in the master bedroom, we basically just have our bed and like, well, her bassinet and the stroller and a dirty laundry basket, and that's it. There's nothing else in there. Whereas her room, at least she even has a dresser and a mirror, and so that's good. But my husband has been, I think, looking at the den, as his nesting task, because this week he's been very much all about doing the desk in the den. It's been his big project. And I think it took all Saturday actually. So I don't know if I had done too much on Saturday and then on Sunday, that's why. Like I woke up very motivated in the morning, but honestly, I started feeling really, really, really tired. Like before the morning was even over, and just like absolutely like exhausted. I also had some leg cramps that day. I think it was when I stretched my legs in bed, because it does seem to happen briefly sometimes. And then I had written like vision changes, but I think it's just because of like I have like the eyes are like infected. I think it's kind of to do with that. And that day I was just a bit gassy actually, which hasn't happened in a while, honestly. And yeah, so basically Sunday I just felt so pregnant. I felt so 9 months pregnant. Like energy was like -5. The middle of my back was sore. It was just not a day to be doing anything. So actually, after lunch, and my mother-in-law had invited us down for lunch that day, and she made like, I mean, I suppose it was an average size lunch for an Italian. But I have just been very sensitive to eating too much recently, and it brings on the nausea, right? So after we finished, and then she had brought out a cake, and then I was like, whoa, I don't feel very well. And it was hot that day, and I was just feeling kind of not great and exhausted and kind of sick, and just like sick because I ate too much basically. And so in the end, what I did was I spent all afternoon on the couch with my husband watching Formula One, and I was reading like instruction booklets for the baby carrier, like the stroller and stuff. So That was good. That was perfect because I honestly didn't have the energy to do anything else. Then on Monday, which was 38 plus 5, so yesterday I was just feeling like excited, that every day I've been doing, well, really since August 31st, we found out that I was scheduled for a C-section. Every day has been like counting down, and just at midnight every night, I'm like, oh, like, one day less. And anyway, that day, yesterday I just felt as well, honestly, exhausted. I feel like I might have been paying for having done the cleaning on Saturday, honestly. And I had a nap like of an hour and 15 minutes yesterday. And on Sunday, I'm pretty sure I had somewhere around that too of a nap. And then yesterday, I had to do the COVID swab, which is required for anyone who's going into the hospital or for any kind of operation. And so because of that, now I can no longer leave the house until Thursday for the C-section. So I was kind of thinking that was probably likely. But still, when they said that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, damn. So my husband is going to do groceries. Anyway, I'm not allowed to, so I send him with the list. And I think it's probably so you don't honestly catch it after, like, that they've already tested you, because they test you for that day, and then like in theory a couple days later you go in for your your surgery or whatever. So anyway, whatever, it's like a couple days, doesn't really matter too much. But I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then today, how am I feeling? 38 plus 6. Well, motivated, but I'm trying to balance, how I'm feeling and not doing too much. So even if I am feeling motivated, like I'm trying to go, okay, like make sure that you don't do too much. Like if you start to feel like a little bit tired, just do something sitting down. And again, I feel like my eyes are a bit funny because obviously the infection's still on. So I don't think that my vision's actually changed. I just think that like it's to do with like my eye infection. But anyway, I slept horribly last night, and I mean, I think I woke up like 6 times last night. So first I had insomnia because I was too excited to fall asleep. And then, because baby, we're going to meet her soon, right? Then I kept waking up all night. I don't know if it was like a combination of the fact that I did have to go to the bathroom so much, or because I kept waking up from all of these crazy dreams that I had last night. Like, I don't know. But, and I can't even remember all of them anymore, but like 2 of them I remember, they were dealing with like the front rooms of our house, like the bedrooms basically, and then like a portion of the attic. But as in any dream, when I think about it in the day, I'm like, our attic doesn't look like that. Like, what? And I don't know, one of them I was like hiding or something. I don't know what I was doing up in the attic looking out the window, and like my brother had texted me last night. This is the part that I think led to the dream, that he had ordered like something from the baby registry for baby girl, and that it was going to be like arriving between these dates, right? So after she was born. And in my dream, I dreamt that like it was already the packages had arrived, and it was early, but it was like 10 at night, and the courier was like waving the packages in the van so I could come, and somehow I had like the like doorbell thing microphone upstairs portable with me in the attic. And so I said in Italian like arrivo, I'm arriving, but obviously he couldn't hear that because he wasn't at the doorbell, he was in the van. And like I don't remember what else happened with that dream. I think I woke up, and then like the other dream was that I had my husband and I were sleeping, and at 5 in the morning, I woke up and looked outside, and there were like a ton of cars outside. And I was like, hey, Ivana, why are there all these cars outside? And well, it turned out that our friends had organized him a party at 5 in the morning. And so I don't know, somehow, and then in the dream it was like almost 6 in the morning, like, not quite. And so Ivana was like, hey, love, uh, we've got to prepare the aperitifs for the friends at 6 in the morning. Dear me, I don't know. And so my husband thought that dream was like hilarious. Anyway, there we go. And yeah, I just had a really bad night's sleep. And then I woke up and I was really sore with a backache. And it was just not a good night. And then today I've been super thirsty too. Mostly this afternoon though, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. And the only thing left to do is the bump shot. So here we go for the last bump shot. So I'm 2 days away from the C-section now. Here we go. Baby is still very high. This baby girl has definitely not dropped. Although honestly, if she's horizontal anyway, I don't think, how can she really drop? She's got her feet here. This is my left side, and her head here. This is my right side, and she really hasn't moved from there. There we go. All right, well, thank you for watching, and for those of you who've been following along on the pregnancy journey the whole time, thank you for following along. And I will continue, as I mentioned in my last update, doing content. So obviously the content will change because it won't be pregnancy updates anymore, but bear with me as we welcome the newborn baby girl into our lives and figure out what we want to include on my channel for videos, and also it will like adjust to having a newborn. So I actually do not know when this update will go up, because I don't honestly think that I'm gonna have time to edit it before Thursday, because at this point I have about a day and a half before it's like go day, before it's like the big day. So we shall see, but as soon as I'm able, I'll get this up for you guys. So, okay, thank you for following along, and if you want to follow along for all my upcoming content on my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you liked this video, then I would love it if you could hit the like button down below. It helps my channel a lot, and see you next time. Bye!